My loves, we are back. So welcome to another episode of Today I Learned. I am NayMarie, your healing arts jeweler, and this episode is going to be coming live from Instagram. So if randomly you hear me shouting people out or answering random questions that were like breaking up the line of what I was saying, that's why. And then after that, it'll live permanently on my YouTube channel at Adorned In Taji. So if you haven't, please subscribe to my YouTube channel where you can watch this series and a bunch of the other series like Crystal Corner and things that I have going on over there. So today's episode, we are discussing raw gemstones. Now, y'all know I'm a glossy empress. I love me some tumbled stones. But I do love raw gemstones as well. I think they're really beautiful, and I've been trying to learn to, not been trying, I've been doing, learning to eyeball the raw stones the same way I'm able to eyeball the tumbled stones. So I have a pretty good amount down so far. But baby, there are just some that look like rocks to me and I don't know. Like, I don't have the answers. But if you know, put me on. That's what this series is all about. The Today I Learned series is all about us learning together. So we're going to start off with some of the gemstones that I already know, right? Makes it easy. So we'll start off with one of the faves. We got good old Mother Rose Quartz giving us all her love, right? You can tell it's rose quartz. It's one of the pink stones. It's just all pink throughout. Sometimes you can see it still has it. Another quick thing about raw stones that I love is you can usually see like some of the earth still in them as well, because these are literally mined from Gaia. Like, these are coming from the earth. So yeah, thank you, Izzy. That's what I'm saying. Some of them we get, some of them we don't, but we're gonna learn together. So you can see like some of, the earth still in there with the stones, but you can tell it's the beautiful pink. It has, still a very crystal in its crystallized form, very beautiful. Rose quartz. I can spot rose quartz a mile away, right? Same thing with clear quartz. The quartzes are a little bit easier, right? They're still a little glossy and a little shiny, how I like it. So you can still tell, even in its rough or absolute crystallized raw form, you can tell a clear quartz stone, right? And the quartz, it has points. It comes out many different ways depending on how it's formulated inside the earth, inside the mountains, inside of the mines, wherever they're finding these beautiful stones, right? So those are clear quartz. And you can tell clear quartz has like, it can look like ice, like where you can see at the top here how it kind of looks like ice, or it's a little bit more cloudy white. That's generally how you can tell when you're in the presence of a raw clear quartz. One of my favorite raw black stones, protection stones, is the raw obsidian. Again, maybe because homie a little glossy, but I just think it's really beautiful. It looks like, at least a lot of the ones that I have too, as well, the shape remind me of like spears, and I think that's just really beautiful. You can just kind of see it has like slight like striations. You can see how the light is hitting it. Really beautiful. So that's raw obsidian. And then raw tourmaline is a little rougher, and it looks a little less black, a little less shiny, but it also still has a lot of striations in it as well, which is generally how you can tell, right? See, your boyfriend knew. Matter of fact, bring him on here just in case we get to some of these rocks that we don't know about. He might know. So these are some of, the ways that you can tell raw tourmaline. It's really pretty. And let's see, what else do I have in my collection? Ooh, raw pyrite. So this stone is called fool's gold because it looks like little gold nuggets, little money bags, which is why it's great for abundance and prosperity and luck and wealth. It has all of that tied into it. So when you have the actual raw stones, it even has like, let me try to get real close for you guys. and black out my face. You can see it's really shiny, really beautiful, and it has a nice tone to it that I really like about pyrite. So it's one of my faves. Like, I love coming across raw pyrite, especially like really big ones, which I have some over on my altar over there. All right, let's see what else we got. Tiger's eye. So tiger's eye, if I didn't know, tiger's eye to me, I would just be like, oh yeah, that's a nice rock. It's just a big rock over there. Yeah. But you can also tell, and this is like one of the great things that attracts me about raw stones, is if you know some of the tumbled stones, you can use the same identifiers from the tumbled stones to kind of start differentiating some of the raw stones, right? So I'll get into that for some of the stones that I wasn't 100% sure about, but I was like, this looks like it could be. So even in seeing in this part of the tiger's eye, it looks more like a tiger's eye regular tumbled stone. So you could kind of figure it out a little bit. And then here's another, you know, smaller piece of tiger's eye. So it gives off brown earth rock, maybe something, you know, plucked out of Arizona somewhere. And the other thing I love about stones too is like they come from all parts of the world. Like I have stones from Brazil, Tanzania, different parts of Asia, obviously all across the US where people are mining. I can't wait to go crystal mining in summer. Amethyst. So this is kind of more of a rough amethyst. It's like mildly tumbled, but it's a raw amethyst. So you can tell by the purple color, it has a bit of the crystallization in it still. This is amethyst in its actual like rawest crystallized form. This purple speaks to my soul. Like, so royal. I love it. Great for your third eye, great for your crown chakra. So this is like, whenever you see this, you know you're in the presence of a beautiful amethyst, but these are also amethysts as well. So this is raw amethyst in two amazing forms. Ooh, citrine. Citrine for us sun babies. So citrine, it has like a orangey yellow to white kind of formation. It's a slightly crystallized and you can kind of see through it a little bit. It gives a little bit of an ice form, but then also too, I love how you can actually see the color in the center there coming through the light. I wasn't sure if it was going to show, but that's beautiful. So, and then similar to one that's pulled, you can always tell the crystallized one is, like I said, it still has that good old Mother Earth attached to it. This is citrine as well. So you can see it has still the same colors, still the same, you know, variations, but this is another crystallized version of citrine. Okay, let's see. Okay, that's funny that I think I just did amethyst and citrine back to back, and I'm pretty sure these are ametrine. It's a little bit harder to tell in its raw form, but sometimes amethyst and citrine are formulated close to each other, and they create ametrine, which is basically an amethyst and citrine fused. So you can see in here, it has the purple from amethyst, and it has the orangey white from the citrine, and even just a little bit of the earth still in there as well. So that's how you can pretty much tell that that's an ametrine. And it also, the way that it fuses, it usually fuses like kind of in lines. Like it's not like a swirl necessarily all the time. So you can usually tell, like if part of it looks like amethyst and part of it looks like citrine, that's usually how you can tell that it's ametrine. Okay. Another one that's relatively easier for me to spot is, even though I'll be saying the name both ways, amazonite or amazonite. So, so this stone is a really pretty like sea green color. Even when it's tumbled, it still looks really beautiful and light in this same tone. So that's how you can tell. I haven't seen, I don't think, too many other stones that are remotely close to this tone of like a pale sea green. So it's really easy to pretty much differentiate when you're in the presence of amazonite. And that's what it looks like in its raw form. Love it, love it, love it. Okay, 2 faves. So I have some raw lapis. So that's some blue lapis. And you can usually tell the difference between the blue lapis and this one is sodalite. So it still has the blue in it, which people like sometimes get confused between lapis and sodalite. Generally, lapis is more of a 100% pure blue stone, and sodalite has some of the same type of color blue. Let me see if I can kind of get the light right there. Same type of color blue as lapis, but it's also mixed with like some kind of orange, some kind of white, some kind of mixture of that tone thrown in. And that's usually how you can tell the difference between a sodalite and a lapis if they are in your presence. Bloodstone. Okay. So this gives me like something you'd find in like a dragon's cave, right? So bloodstone can be all green, but I'm fortunate enough that I have one of the ones that have some of the red running through it, and I think it's just a really pretty stone all around. So usually it'll kind of look more just like this, like just this kind of a green stone, but it has like different other color variations too that kind of just, when you see them all thrown about together, it's just really gorgeous. So you can see the red that's running through, but this is a raw bloodstone. Let's see. Okay. Dalmatian jasper. Generally Dalmatian jasper is like a tannish, creamish color stone with like black speckles that look like the dog, the Dalmatian. So this is what it looks like in its raw form. Let me try to hide my face a little bit so you guys can see a little clearer. In its raw form, still the kind of tannish kind of a color with the black speckles running through it. So that's Dalmatian jasper. I have a couple of pieces of raw garnet, raw ruby. So this is what a raw ruby looks like, and we know that rubies, especially certain polished rubies, can run really, really expensive, especially if you're using them for jewelry. But this is what raw ruby looks like. So you don't always have to have the super glossy. You can have a raw ruby and it works and does the same thing that it is supposed to do. So this is what a raw ruby looks like. Tourmalated quartz. So it's a quartz that has speckles and spots of tourmaline inside of it. And the stone pretty much looks the same way as well, even when it's tumbled. It's just a glossier version of this, you know, icy white type of stone with black speckles inside of it. Now, I'm pretty sure these are zebra jasper. We're transitioning into the part where we're guessing, but I'm pretty sure these are zebra jasper. There's like I have much confidence in that. But zebra jasper, I predominantly used to see it in just like the brown and white, but recently I discovered that this is also considered zebra jasper as well. So 2 different types of forms. Now imagine these, you know, polished and tumbled with these, you know, this beautiful pretty pattern inside of it. Get you some zebra jasper. It's a really pretty stone. Okay, so I'm also pretty sure that these are sunstones. They have a kind of peachy orangish look to them, and they're slightly translucent on the edges, and that's about as much as I know. So if I happen to be wrong, let me know. If this stone looks like something else to you, let me know. That's what we're here for. We're here to learn together. These are giving me green jade. They're a little bit too light, seemingly, to be aventurine. So these are giving green jade as raw stones. I love me some jade. I'm all about that abundance in life. I am pretty sure that this is a blue calcite. It could be another blue stone. but from what I know of what blue calcite looks like, I think that this is what this is. Really pretty, really crystallized stone. It has a smoother surface, even though, you know, similar to the black obsidian, how it has like the striations that, you know, play in the light. So that's what I believe to be blue calcite. Quite possibly this is a moonstone. So it has, moonstone can come in many different colors as well. So it's given a bit more peach moonstone. But from what I've seen of raw moonstone, it looks like, you know, little rocks that look like mini mountains. They're very beautiful. They have a slightly peachy color or a less saturated, more creamy kind of color as far as the raw stones are concerned. So I'm pretty sure it is. But again, if it's not, let me know. Okay, so this baby, it's given labradorite, but I don't know, because my other labradorite stones aren't as fully, what's the word? Hey babe, what's the word?
Labrador.
No, not Labrador, it's stupid. I can't. Iridescent? Iridescent. There you go. That's why you keep others around. You can't do everything by yourself. You need more people in your life.
Well, I'm just others now?
No, you're the love of my life. Anyway, so it's given labradorite, but it's very, wait, what was it again? Iridescent. Which labradorite is. It's a very beautiful stone. It's like a greenish, grayish stone that has like these beautiful peacocky blues and greens that come through it. But my other stones that are also raw labs don't necessarily have this much. But I'm not going to say that it's not just because it's more vibrant. Like maybe it's out here living its best life. And so we're not going to put it down and be like, no, you can't be who you are. Red jasper. Matter of fact, I have a little bit. Oh, I'm looking for something that's right in front of my face. It be like that sometimes. I have a little bit of water. I'm just going to spray this stone down just a little bit, just so that this also helps too. For some of your stones that you can get wet, spray it down just a little bit, because raw rocks do still carry some sediment sometimes. They're coming out of the earth. They're raw rocks. And if you spray it down a little bit, you can see more of the truer colors. And it also kind of gives you like what it might look like when it's tumbled. So this is red jasper. You can usually tell it's like a darker red stone, and it sometimes has like either white or yellowish kind of lines, patterns, designs going through it. Same thing for this one. Now, I was also told that this is a red jasper, and it has some, because red jasper also can have like darker lines through it as well. And it might be harder to see, but it has these darker lines here that are definitely giving red jasper. But I don't know. Could be, right? Maybe yes, maybe no. Let me know. Let me know what you guys think. Okay. We are almost at the end of the ones that I'm pretty certain of. So this is rhodonite. Rhodonite is predominantly blackish, specklish, black stone with speckles running through it, with little pink, spots thrown inside of it. So you can see, I'll hold it up a little bit closer for you. You can see some of the pink inside that stone. And I'll even see, so you can see it like matches my nail, right? So that's how you can tell rhodonite, especially as a raw stone. Like if you would pick this up outside, you'd be like, oh no, baby, that's just a rock. But that's to my point earlier, because I know what rhodonite looks like as a tumbled stone, it's easier for me to look at this raw stone, look at the properties of it, and say, yep, I know what that is. Now, these other babies over here, I ain't got it. I ain't got the answers, Sway. I ain't got it. So I tried so very hard. No, but I tried to find what this was, and I don't know. It's really pretty. It almost even kind of makes me hungry because it reminds me of like these little pea protein things that I used to have that when you season them, it tastes kind of like chicken. We need to order that again, babe. But anyway, it reminds me of that. And I'm just like, it's really pretty. It has red, like a kind of maroonish red, even like the red jasper. But then it also has like these orangey type tiger's eye given type lines. And maybe it's a red tiger's eye. That could be a thing, right? Like maybe it's red tiger's eye. I don't know. I don't have any clue. Peace, Rod. Thank you for checking in, love. I don't have any kind of a clue what this raw stone is. So, like I said, we have transitioned into the part of this episode where we help each other. So either you can leave it in the comments, send me an email to info@adorned.in comment on this video on Instagram or YouTube @adorned.in. And if you know what it is, be like, Nay, that's a blah, 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 blah. Thank you very much. Okay. So this stone has been annoying my soul because I've seen this stone 1,000 times. And I'm like, why can't my brain process and remember what it is, right? I do not know. I know for a fact what it's not. It could be a type of green jasper. I don't think so. Okay. Empath said that this stone could possibly be a red-brown jasper, which is a great point. The thing about jaspers are there are so many of them, right? So sometimes you could have just a regular stone and be thinking it's something else and not know that it's just a jasper of some color, form, shape from some continent, whatever name. There are so many jasper stones, but that's a good one. I'm going to look that up and see if that's what it is. So let's go with we're going to write it down so I can look it up later. Red, brown, jasper. Okay. So yes, I've seen this stone 1,000 times and it's going to come to me later and I'll probably just comment it on it myself. But I definitely have seen this stone and know, like in its raw form, what it is. Okay, so this stone is giving us some green, some white, cloudy. Looks like it could be a mountain somewhere, right? I'm not 100% sure. Even when I picture it in what its possible tumble form could be, it's still not 100% giving me where I definitely know what this stone is. And if anybody's wondering, I'm just literally spraying it with, this is the same water bottle I use to water my plants. There's just water in there just so that you can kind of see, get rid of some of the ash that happens to be on raw stones and so that you can see the color a little bit better. So not 100% sure what this stone is, but we'll get there. We're going to figure all of these out together, and I'm excited for that. Now, this stone also gives jasper. I can't remember the exact one. Like I said, there's 1,000 jaspers out there, but I recognize the pattern, right? So it's a little bit of pink, a little bit of brown, a little bit of red, some white, some cream. There's a lot going on inside of there. Again, given mini mountain, and I love it. I think that's one of the things that I love most about a lot of the raw stones. Like it really just reminds me of when we go out into nature and just enjoy. But I want to know 100%. I don't want to just label the stones that I'm kind of sort of sure of and be like, oh yeah, that looks like, you know, that could be a African jasper as well, or no, or zebra jasper. Like I want to know 100% what the stones are. So if you guys 100% know what this stone is in its raw form, let us know. Okay, so these stones, and you know what, I'll do these two separately because these have different, at first they looked like they were the same, which is why I kind of put them together, but these are actually giving me some separate vibes. And I don't think this is a little porous, so I'm just only going to spray it a little bit, because you shouldn't spray stones that, or wet stones really, that end in ITE. You can, obviously, most stones that are pulled out of the earth are first, you know, washed and whatever. So it's not that you can't wet them, but you shouldn't keep them wet, and they shouldn't be overly saturated. So this stone has a lot of pores. It's giving some tealish vibes, maybe kind of a turquoise. I don't remember what raw turquoise looks like, so maybe this could be it. But you guys let me know, because I don't remember. I didn't look it up. And that could have been the one thing that I did before this one. So it has some brown in it. It has like kind of speckles of gold in there otherwise. But it's giving a lot of blue, a tad bit of green in certain places, like, but more still of a bluish green. And it's porous. So it has a lot of the holes and spots that you see there. So let me know if you know 100% what this stone is. Let's figure it out together. Okay, so at first, because when I was first doing this, I was kind of just separating the stones into the ones I knew and didn't. I thought that that last stone and these stones were the same. But then when I looked close, these stones actually have some sparkle to them. So not the same. They have a little bit more shine. They have some beautiful speckles inside of them. Aw, you should have been here earlier. I'm up here talking about crystals and gemstones. You might have known what some of these were, because you do work with a lot of raw stones. But thank you for tuning in, babe. So, this stone, it has a bit of the earth on the bottom there. It's a grayish, greenish, a little bit of the white on the top here. So if you know what this stone is in its raw form, let me know. And these are some of the smaller ones that I had as well. Let me see if I can kind of hold them together. And they all have the similar, like, sparkly speckles inside of them. Really pretty, really beautiful. I just want to 100% know. Because at first I was like kyanite, but then I was like, no, kyanite is slightly more blue, and it runs, from the ones that I've seen, they run in a different kind of striation pattern. Okay. Here's another one. There's another beautiful little mountain. It's predominant. Ooh, that you can kind of even see, because how it looks under my hand is actually a little bit more how it looks blocking the light. So it's a tanner, browner. And let me see, even if we wet it just a tiny bit. Ooh, that's bringing out some colors. Okay. See, now when I do that, it's actually giving a bit more of a jasper. So it brought out some of the colors down here. There's some green down in there. There's some browns. There's a little bit like some reddish pink veins running through inside here. So if you happen to know what this stone is, please let us know. Leave a comment here on Instagram or on my YouTube channel, where the video will permanently live. Let me get another paper towel, wetting this one down. And let us know. So this is giving another moonstony vibe. And keep in mind, there's a difference between raw stones and rough stones. So rough stones are sometimes slightly tumbled. Like, I don't really like rough pyrite. It just looks a little bit weird to me. I'd rather it either be a raw pyrite or a polished pyrite. But sometimes stones might be slightly polished, which is why you can see, like, it'll be like a little bit pretty, where it's getting rid of, you know, just the pulled straight from the earth form and trying to polish it down a little bit. So sometimes it's hard to tell which one it is. But I love that this stone, it's giving, you know, peachy, kind of moonstone vibes, and it has some lines going through it. So I feel like this stone has enough identifiers where if I saw it and knew what it was after this, I would be able to be like, yeah, that's what that is. So this is one of the ones that I really want to figure out and see exactly what this stone is. Now, I have there's just a few other ones here, and we're just going to wrap it up, and I'm just going to show you all of these just because they all kind of look the same. And I don't know if they necessarily are the same, but they just look like prettyish bluish type of rocks, right? And this one is kind of my favorite because it also has like what even kind of looks like a little bit of pretty cement. Like if this was sitting outside next to like if anybody lives in Brooklyn, has been the Brooklyn Bridge Park by the pier, they have these little rocks that go alongside, and that's what this one is giving. That's what it reminds me of. So they're usually like darker on the bottom and they have like lighter parts on the top. But then all of these, all slightly different. These have more orangey tones, which means they could possibly be sodalite. It's actually kind of giving me some sodalite. It has the blue with the yellowish tones and the white speckles, so these could be sodalite. This one doesn't have the yellow inside of it. Could still be sodalite. Sodalite could just be blue and white as well. But yeah, let's confirm. I was 100% on the other sodalite because I could just tell. Just from looking at it, just from looking at the pattern of it, I knew that this was a sodalite. These, I'd have to tumble them to be 100% sure, but I don't want to do that. So if you know, let me know. And then we have a couple of brown beauties here. So this one, again, is kind of giving a jasper feel, but maybe like which one? It has some beautiful patterns inside there that would clearly come through if it were tumbled. You can see, it's like great striations. And then this one is a bit of a greenish yellow. It may come through a little bit more creamy in the camera, but it's a bit greenish yellow, and it has a little bit of the oranger side. There's some orangey parts here on the corner as well, so we can see and figure out what that one is. This one's similar to the first one. Cute little mountain, same type of colors going on. So we're gonna figure out together what these stones are. This is giving oh great, now I can't remember. There's a green stone, and that's what this is giving. And I knew it because I literally looked at it before I started this, but now I can't remember. But I wanted to be 100% sure, which is why I didn't put it, and I should have wrote it down what I thought it could possibly be. But I wanted to be 100% sure before I just labeled it as what I thought it was. It has kind of different patterns of green in there. You can kind of see the color variations from like a darker green to a yellowish green, and then like some white lines and stripes running through. And then we have this baby. It gives me smoky quartz. I'm not 100% sure because it could be a type of smoky quartz, but my smoky quartz are generally like points. And so I don't know if one that isn't, like slabbed down or polished down, what it would look like if it was rough. But it has the same kind of smoky brownish tone, the same type of feel and striations that we had said earlier with the black obsidian and the blue calcite. So it could be smoky quartz. So we're going to kind of close out this video on a maybe we think we're right, but let's see what everybody says. I want to thank everybody who tuned in and those of you who gave your possible opinions. And so we already have a cool basis of where to start. on the ones that we're not sure of. If there were ones that you saw that you didn't know, let me know. If you learned something and you found this video useful. Again, my name is NayMarie. I'm your healing arts jeweler. This was the episode of Today I Learned, but this is a live version. If you missed episode 1, which we were talking about astro maps, shout out to Contra Queen because she's the one who put me on about astro maps. Check that out on my YouTube channel at Adorned In Taji on YouTube. And be sure to join our newsletter tribe. Our newsletter tribe hears about everything first. So sometimes I might be taking a hiatus from Instagram or Facebook or whatever else. But I'm always connected to my newsletter tribe. I'm always letting them know where I'll be if I'm bending live. If any episodes are dropping, if there's any new drip dropping. Newsletter tribe finds out about it first. So you can go to adornedintaji.com/join-our-tribe and sign up for the newsletter there. And please subscribe to YouTube or follow on Instagram, wherever you saw this video. Go hop on over to the other and just show some love. And please leave a comment. Let me know if you like this video, if you found it useful, if you've learned anything. Drop a heart, drop a thumbs up, drop whatever it is just to let me know that you tuned in. All right, till next time, y'all.